Hello, everybody. How's everybody doing tonight? Welcome, everybody. Welcome. Welcome back to the Critters Crime family today, y'all. If you missed my live stream on the farm, go on back to Daisy's farm and go look at it. I did show some of the critters on the farm today. Earlier, I did a live stream. If you want to check that out, go on over to Daisy's farm and check it out. I want to say hello to Zigzag, Michelle Tucker, Yanni, MC Lick Lick, Shelly, uh, Sandra Lewis, Frankie, Alaska, Angel Loader, Sun King, Fonda Cheeseman, Soul Shine, Alaska Girl, Robin B, Rhonda Lynn, Mama, Kentucky Mama, Mama Bear of Two, Cool Gamer, Gail, Sassy Gigi, Brown Bear Jamboree, Susie Spears, Vicky Two, Always Late, Peppermint Patty, Frankie, Sleuth Fairy, Baby Doll, Alice, I Want Heart to Touch, Mama Bear 2, Sweet D, Autumn Breeze, let's see, Shelly, Tams, Gail, I Want Heart to Touch, Linda Lou Who, Sun King, Sassy Gigi. Let's see who else. I hope I'm not forgetting any. Sleuth Fairy, Shelly Winters, Orchard Rose Kelly, MC Lick Lick, Lone Star. And I think that's all. Rhonda Lynn and Myrtle Burke, Sweet as Candy, believe. Forensic Astrology, Rocker Girl, Mama Bear, or Missouri Mama, I'm sorry. Lake Superior Girl, Vicky B, Christy Kitts, WR, Bella Star, Nora Woods, Kim, Kirchhoff, Swim Pumpkin Mama. Welcome, everybody. We're going to do something a little bit different tonight. Hey, Swin, how are you? We are going to let people call in with their opinions and what they think happened with Summer Wells. We all know that, Candace has come up here and talked about Summer a whole lot. And I understand that there's a lot of people with frustrations about this case and they want answers. I had a long conversation with Don before this live, and he's just heartbroken still. Don is very, very heartbroken, him and Candace, but they're doing good. They're doing good. And I think all of us, hey, Bobo Evans, all of us that have been on here with us and been around along the ride has seen Candace open up about Summer a whole lot. So Summer and the boys on my heart tonight. Yes. And Don's brokenhearted still. Y'all, he's broken. That's all I can say. Him and Candace they're just broken. They don't know where to go, what to do. They're doing the best they can do. They're worried to death about their children. I mean, it's a sad situation, y'all. Hello, Cinder Met. But I am going to let people call in. Now, I do know that there is certain numbers that I will not answer, but I would like for people to call in and just talk about what you think might have happened with Summer. Do you think somebody else is involved? I do ask y'all to be respectful if you do call in. I do ask that. Hey, Audrey P. Hey, Shauna Martez. Hello, and Alice. Because we're just going to discuss this together, because I think as us as a community should be able to. The local government has stolen their boys, in my opinion. You think? Well, Don seems to think that same thing too. The world loves you, Summer Moon, Utah Wells. We will never give up on you. Like me and Christine was talking, like it's not long until she becomes cold, and we don't want her case to become cold. Hey, Rain Girl and Sweet D. Now, before I open up the phone lines, I just want to ask y'all to please, please, please be respectful and give your honest opinion, but be respectful when you do think. When you do call in, hey Nikita and Abigail Rose. Um, it's sad, y'all. Like Don said, there is nothing. He said there's nothing. We had a long talk, and he was like, a kid just does not disappear, and there is nothing. And I agree with him. Like, I totally agree with him. He is totally broken, you guys. Hey, it's Elisa. It was my phone. That's why I deleted that message. Oh, okay. Miss Daisy, I was timed out for 30 minutes last night. I don't know what I did. Hang on. Sorry. The mess. Okay, hang on. My chat's going a little bit fast, guys. Listen, guys, if people are entitled to their opinions, just don't time them out unless they're being rude or mean. Hey, Polly Pam and Amanda. Don't know what I did. I tried to get back, but I gave up. Well, I'm sorry about that, Rain Girl. It could have been an accident. It really could have. Hey, Rebecca. Now, I do want to say, you guys, please be respectful in the chat, but people are allowed to speak their opinions, okay? Okay? Hey, Gail. Also, I do want to say, if you've not become a subscriber to my channel, please hit that subscribe button. That helps my channel grow. Hit that like button. It helps the content to be seen more by YouTube. And please consider becoming a member of the Critters Crime family. Going on over there to Daisy's Farm and subscribe up there to that. If you haven't already, you'll see a lot of my farm critters on there. Hey, Abigail Rose and Lisa Mounts. Traveling, we are almost to Kentucky. Okay. Okay. Hey, Sleuth Fairy. Thank you. There's my membership. Okay, I'm going to open up the phone lines for people to call. I do ask for you to be respectful if you call in, and you can speak your opinion on what you think might have or who might have took Summer Wells. There's the number. I think I got it off of there already. Let me see where you can call in. And in the meantime, we'll just go ahead and talk about Summer's case. Let me make sure, because I don't know if I had it undone last night or not. Yeah, it's open. The phone lines are open, I think, if you want to call in. I have a family member in LE. Just because LE isn't sharing info doesn't mean it's cold case. They probably are making a case against the person who took Summer. I hope you're right. Hey, Pamela Richardson. In my opinion, the neighborhood is innocent except for illegal. I don't know. You never know. Now, people is entitled to their opinion here, guys. So if they want to speak their opinion, they are entitled to it. But as we know right now that, with the Summer Wells case, there's nothing new on this case. Just like Don said, kids just don't go missing for no reason. They don't. So there we go. Hey, Lisa Mounts. I think someone had been watching Summer and they seen the opportunity to grab her if she must went outside the basement. They grabbed her if she went outside the basement to her swing, and that is right. You're absolutely opportunity. I think you're right too. I absolutely think you're right. Let me get my cowbell. I don't know where my damn cowbell is. Thank you, Yanni. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Much love. Keep your head up, Daisy. From Mr. and Mrs. Yanni. Thank you, Yanni. Thank you, thank you, thank you. We got a phone call coming in.
Daisy.
Niecy.
To accept.
Thank you, Yanni. Hello, Miss Niecy.
Hey, Miss Daisy.
Hi, how are you?
I'm okay. I think, I don't know. I think Jody Sue hit Summer and then did something with her. That's just my opinion.
You think
That's
she's
really
involved?
what I think.
She sure has implicated herself in this case, ain't she?
Yes, a whole lot from the beginning, and then all the stuff, she said about her ex-husband. I think all that was a distraction.
You do? Well, there went my microphone.
Yeah.
Sorry, guys. My microphone just went out. Let me unhook this microphone so people can hear you.
Okay.
You could be right. I mean, you absolutely could be right. I mean, she has said a lot of shady stuff in this case. So
Yes.
you never know.
I just think that either she backed out or ran over, and then the comment she made about, she didn't want the kids on her property, and then she tried to retract that and say that she helped with the kids. I just don't think Jody Sue liked them kids for some reason.
I don't think she liked anybody's kids but her own. In my opinion,
Right.
Yeah, you never know. I mean, I pray that law enforcement, and not always is there blood if there's an accident. I know a lot of people says that, oh, there would be blood and blah blah blah. Well, not necessarily, because that, with that little girl that got hit by that FedEx driver, there wasn't any blood or anything that law enforcement found. So
No, I think Summer could have died from internal injuries.
she could have. You might be right. I do.
I believe that since day one, and I have yet to hear another story to change my mind. And I may be wrong, and I pray that they find Summer well and alive, but just in my soul and my heart, I really feel like she was dead.
You feel like she's might be passed away? When I went to her birthday party and that little bear was there, I felt that same way. I felt like she was no longer with us. Now that could have just been because she wasn't there and it was just sad, but that's one thing I did feel for sure.
Yeah.
But we do pray.
I just wanted to share my opinion, and I can't wait to hear others. But
yeah, me too.
Now, that's just my thought.
Well, I appreciate you calling, and you call back anytime, okay?
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. Bye-bye, honey.
Bye-bye.
Bye. Well, that's her opinion, you guys. These are just speculations now. This is people's opinions and how they feel about the Summer Wells's case, And, she does have a good point there, Jody Sue has. In my opinion, I wish there was a new set of eyes on Summer's case. I just feel it could be solved. You're absolutely right, Believe. That's how I feel. I feel like they need to come in, have somebody that, people that's just now new eyes. It's easy to get caught up in that, it's easy to get caught up in there. And hang on just a second there. I'm getting another phone call. I'm going to see who that is. Hang on.
From Masculine. To accept, press 1. To send a
Hello?
Hello. I'm watching your live. I have a question for you. I like the picture that you put up of her dancing in the rain. Do you recall the picture that the mom took inside the house about maybe 15 minutes prior from her disappearance?
Allegedly.
Of Summer, and you have the boys in there, and then the mom apparently deleted it.
Do we have proof that really happened, though? Do we know if that's...
I can tell you the proof due to the fact that a friend of mine was a non-investigator saved that picture. I re-showed it out in groups long ago, and there was a big tip about it, but I'm not going to be questioning somebody that is an expert in that.
Right. That I don't know about, to be honest with you. I've heard about it, but I don't know if that's true or not. I know that
Same outfit that she had in the rain.
it was the same outfit she had on in the rain.
I don't recall the time stamp on it. Just like the same thing that Candace did on her TikTok, since I'm on TikTok. She actually had a video of the jacket and everything that everybody saw of the milk. She decided for some reason to delete it and then repost it back out. Everybody and his mama have been discussing about that, and I'm going to put a clarity out that that video was out prior to the murders, and the milk is not actually from the place that you would get it from. You would get it from Walmart, actually.
Are you talking about like how
When she was laying down on the milk, and everyone thought she might have had a dry suffocation, though.
But how do you know that was out prior to that?
Because I was on TikTok, and unfortunately, sadly enough, I had her as a TikTok friend. So
You had
I saw all
Candace?
these things, I'm like, no, I'm not dealing with this. I'm going to keep my mouth quiet. Now I'm opening my mouth.
You were a friend of Candace's, or
TikTok friend.
did you know her?
No, I don't know nothing about her.
So why did you have her as a TikTok friend before Summer went missing?
Because I thought her content and everything was funny. And after seeing what I saw and how she lied on the internet, I wanted nothing to do with her.
Okay, so you're saying that she had it posted. Do you have proof behind that?
I've already done what I need to do to send in tips.
And you turned that into the TBI?
That's already been turned in, yes. I'm just now speaking up because I'm tired of seeing people lying about this case.
And who do you
There's been too many grifters, too many people making money off that case, and on any other cases I've seen.
Well, no different than any YouTuber. Every YouTuber has done Summer's case.
I don't know nothing about you. I'm just stating that too many people that try to get in the true crime community have really are not what they are. They're just trying to get clicks. They're trying to get views. They're trying to get monetization just to cover a case. I can name people, but I'm not going to do that.
Well, I think that
I'm glad that you're doing it. You're keeping your name out, and I can believe that you've been more factual than the other people. I've watched you a couple times. I've just decided to call in today.
Well, I appreciate that. I appreciate you calling in.
To each his own on what people want to think. I'm just stating what I know.
Okay. Well, I appreciate you calling in and stating what you know and letting us know.
Yeah, no problem. I'll keep on watching. I'm going to be really typing in the chat.
Okay.
I'm just going to watch.
All right. Well, I appreciate you calling in.
Thank you very much for accepting the call.
Oh, you're welcome. Thank you. Bye-bye. God bless you. Bye. Thank you, Yanni. Thank you, Yanni. God bless you. Mr. Yanni. Thank you. God bless you, Mr. Yanni. Thank you. God bless you. They know what happened and where Summer is. Now, guys, I don't know about all that. Now, I'm not saying that guy's not telling the truth or not, but I don't know. We all know how YouTube is. Unless I see receipts, I don't know. But thank you, Yanni. Thank you. That was a nice guy, and I do respect his opinion. But we gotta have receipts. People holler receipts. So, and I don't know. I've heard that before. I have heard that before. Thank you, Mr. Yanni. But I don't know. That's just all I'm saying. I'm not saying either way, but I do know that we gotta have receipts on the YouTube streets, guys. We just do. Card team said no abduction. And guys, don't delete people that come in and just speak their opinion. Please let them come in and speak their opinion. They're entitled to speak their opinion on Summer's case. That's what we're here to talk it through and talk it out. Well, let's see. Let me put the phone line back up for people to talk to. Because there is a lot of people that are frustrated with Summer's case. I'm not going to lie, there is. And and that's how it is. And I've heard that story. That's not the first time I've heard it, y'all. That's not the first time I've heard it. Well, we've heard everything on the YouTube streets. We have. So there's the phone line if anybody else wants to come in and talk. Now, Candace did say up on my panel that Summer was just playing in the rain that day in the rain picture. She was playing in the rain. Hang on, we're getting another call from Oklahoma. Here we go.
Cat in the chat. To accept, press 1. To send a voicemail.
Hello.
Hey, this is Cat in the chat.
Hey, Cat in the chat. How are you?
I'm good. I have a very unpopular opinion.
Okay.
I really think she walked off.
You think she walked off?
I think the search radius wasn't big enough, and I think eventually a ginseng or mushroom farmer will find her.
You think she walked off? Is that what you're saying? And what now? I didn't hear what you said.
Eventually, a ginseng or mushroom forager will find her bones.
So, do you think that she just wandered off? And
Yeah, I do, and I don't think the search radius was big enough for her.
kids can travel. That is for sure.
Yeah, very quickly.
Hey, Sarah. Like most of the time when they find kids, it's outside of the radius. That's the sad part. That's outside of the radius where they're at. And there is a lot of caves and stuff up there, and there's a lot of mountain. And I hate to say this because I know Candace is sleeping, so that's why I'm saying this. But there is still a possibility that an animal could have got Summer. Like a bear.
And they found her tracks at that cabin way up on that ridge line. They found one of her tracks up there at that abandoned cabin.
I know, that's what I heard.
Was a great distance away.
Yeah, I know.
And I just think they gave up the search too soon.
You think they did? I don't know. She was fast as lightning. She could have ran pretty quick. She might have got scared and started running and just, we don't know.
They're in trouble and you're calling out for them. Sometimes they won't answer.
I know. I seen that. One of my neighbors' house caught on fire, and the little boy actually caught it on fire, and he hid in the building beside of it, and everybody was searching. They thought he was still in the house. Finally, they found him curled up in the building hiding. Yeah, they do. You're right.
I know my opinion is not popular. I think Candace and Dawn are just, I find them failure as parents. But I think they're innocent in this.
I think
that.
Go ahead.
She walked out the door and walked away.
You think she wandered? And a lot of times we think our kids won't wander, and they do. They do things that we don't think that they normally would do.
A couple of weeks after she went missing, that little boy went missing, remember? And they found him 7 miles from the house in the mountains.
I seen that. Yes, I seen that. The one in Australia.
3 hours later. 3 hours later, he was 7 miles away on foot.
Yeah. Yep.
And he was younger than Summer.
Yeah, they can move quickly. And Summer was fast as lightning. So you never know. You never know. It's sad. It's so sad. I just wish that they would find something, or something would come to at least let us have an idea or something, because I hate to see it. Go ahead.
I feel so sorry for Dawn and Candace because I don't think they'll ever know.
I know. I can tell you right now, Don is grieving himself to death over it.
Yeah.
I just spoke with him and he's just beside himself. So I don't know.
I think unless somebody stumbles across your bones, that there will never be closure. And
Right.
I really think, I think it was a fluke.
You do?
I just think it was a fluke, you know?
Yeah.
Kids do, they're kids. They go out and they start wandering around.
They do. And the bad thing about it is bears are all over these mountains. We might not think they are, but they are. And a small little one like Summer wouldn't been hard. I mean, there's a video out of a bear grabbing a wild hog on the side of the road, and that thing was probably way bigger than Summer, and he ended up dragging it up the hill. So I don't know. I hate to think that, but you just never know.
I get upset with how people talk about Dawn and Candace. My grandmother was hill country people. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
She was straight up from the hill. Yeah, I mean, my granddaddy brought her off the hill, you know?
Yeah. That's how my daddy was and his family.
And that is a totally different ballgame.
It sure is.
Totally different people.
It sure is. People just don't understand, do they?
And how they live is a totally different breed.
That's true.
Don't understand that. And what they find acceptable and what we find acceptable is two different things.
Exactly.
It's what they're used to.
Yeah. Yeah, and she was happy. Like, she was a happy little girl out there running around in the rain. And if you watch Candace talk about that video on my live, she was just playing in the rain.
She took her kids more places than I ever took my kids.
She really did. She did a lot with them. She sure did. And I pray that they get closure one day, because it's really hard. It's really hard on them.
I mean, I probably have 20 times the money they have, and I didn't take my kids to the places they did.
I know. She liked to take them everywhere and do things with them. And that's really the funnest thing. Huh?
I was working and everything, but still, she loved her baby. You could tell she loved her baby.
Oh, yeah. No doubt. She still has everything of theirs. Everything.
I think they were just addicts that didn't know any better and just did the best they could, and it wasn't good enough.
It was just, yeah, it was just a bad time, I think, at that time. I really do. But I appreciate you calling in and letting us know how you feel. I know a lot of people are frustrated and they want to be able to get their voice out. So that's why I chose to do this, because, I mean, it gives people a chance to speak their opinion and what they feel.
Thank you so much for having me. And again, I'm sorry. I know it's an unpopular opinion. I've just always felt that way.
It's all right.
I hope Dawn and Candace can find some peace.
I do too. But you call back anytime. Huh?
Okay. I will let you go, and you have a good night. God bless.
You too. Thank you. God bless.
Bye-bye.
Bye, honey. We got somebody else calling.
Brittany.
Hello, Brittany.
Hi, Daisy.
Hi.
How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Good. Can you tell me how long you plan to graph off Summerwell's name?
About as long as the people you follow does. And that's been a long time, because they're no better than I am. I knew we'd get one of those calls in here. How, it's just so funny that these people that follow these creators, like, I'm not even going to say their names, talk about me, talking about Summer Wells' case, yet their creators are doing it every single day, or any of these others. So the phone lines are open if you're nice and you want to call in. If you're the devil, don't call in. Here we go.
Felicia.
Hello, Felicia.
Hi, Miss Daisy. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm pretty good. I'm looking for two people in the Summer Wells situation.
Mm-hmm.
They would be, her name would be Audrey Gold, who has been missing for 30 years and never found. I don't know if anybody knows, or that's who I'm looking for. Audrey Gold, G-O-A-D. She's a relative of down at the Wells. And then the second person I'm looking for is a friend of Candace's. Her name is April Moody. She was in a picture with Summer quite a while back, but perhaps one of your mods would know. And then my thoughts on it went a little bit toward the drug situation. Some people don't think that they would want a child, but they could turn around and I hate to say this, is allegedly turn around and sell her and get money for one of these dark webs or whatever.
That's scary.
Maybe this person got lucky is not the phrase, but you know what I'm saying. An opportunity presented itself, and it happened, and now it's a mystery, and all we can do is pray.
That's all we can do.
Friends, yeah. It's Audrey, Audrey Gold.
Uh-huh.
And April Moody. If we could find those two people, I think it would help the case. That's my opinion.
Have you talked to the TBI about it?
Oh no, no, I haven't. I'm a little bit skeptical of talking to anybody because anybody that calls now with information, they have little respect for any YouTuber or
I know
anyone who's got an opinion. It's just just ignored more or less.
Yeah.
But I do think it's a possibility that Summer is still alive.
There is a possibility of that.
Could be with someone in the family. That's my second opinion.
Yes.
And I thank you so much for taking my call.
You're welcome.
God bless you all.
Oh, well, God bless you. And thank you so much. I appreciate you calling in. All right.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Bye.
So, hey. And here you are telling 407 people what? Let's see. I had a dream last night that my dog had kittens. What? Reap what you sow? Oh my gosh. Listen, I think that we're a community and that we should be able to talk to each other and talk about this case in a respectful way. And so far, people have been very respectful, and I appreciate that so very much. Hang on just a second, y'all. Just 1 second, okay? Okay, so there we go. All right, here we go. Until somebody else calls in, we'll talk about it some more. So I don't know who those women are, but evidently that woman's very interested in it. Let's see. Anyone hit like button and subscribe. Thank you, Yanni. Cat in a Hat. I love the cats. I noticed him right away. But yeah, anybody that wants to call in and talk about it, they're welcome. they're welcome to talk about the case, and go from there. We don't know what happened to baby Summer. We don't, and we just want to keep her name out here and talk about her, and ignore all the clutter and everything else in the background, you know. But um I do feel like maybe somebody might have had it planned, just like Don said. There could be a big possibility that someone had it planned and it was a bigger than what we think. Now, I'm not going to particularly say that I think it's this or that, but I do think that it could have been planned out. It could have been a lot bigger than what we know. Um, because, like Don said, it just doesn't take it. There's just nothing. There's just well, as far as we know, there's nothing. Hey, Raised by the Boondocks, how are you? We got a lot of people coming in here tonight. The phone lines are open if you guys want to talk about the case. You're welcome to. People are welcome to their opinions as long as they're respectful. They're entitled to their opinion. The holler was a hot mess. I truly feel like someone took the child. This is my opinion. I think Summer got down that road on them somehow, some way. I think maybe time might have got away, y'all, a little bit. Maybe time got away more than they realized, and that Summer got down the road, and that somebody might have got her then, or somebody came up on that hill in that back area. I don't think so, Miss Daisy. Let's see. Dee Dee said, I don't think so, Miss Daisy, but in my heart, I know Summer's parents had nothing to do with it. Me too. Me too, y'all. I mean, I talk to him all the time, y'all. Candace still has Summer stuff. A lot of these rumors that's going on is not true, y'all. People are making this stuff up. I've seen that just what time I have talked to them. People make stuff up. Like the other day, I seen somebody say, Don and Candace, are you scared yet? And I'm like, scared of what? Of what? They're literally getting up in the morning and going to work. What are they supposed to be scared of? Like this person acted like they knowed. Hang on, there's somebody calling from Virginia. Hopefully it's respectful.
Awesome. Always late. Text
Always late.
press 1 to send a.
Hello, always late. How are you?
Hi, Miss Daisy.
Hi. How are you doing?
Oh, I can't even hear you. I have been all over the place with this.
I know.
Completely different feelings in the beginning than I do now.
Me too.
But I really don't think somebody came up there and took her.
Yeah.
I do think she got down that hill.
Yeah, I do
and
too.
There are so many sketchy people back in that area.
Yep.
That I think that somebody got a hold of her. I believe she's still alive.
I pray.
And I think the FBI, LE, or whoever needs to go through those homes back in Beach Creek.
Yep.
Where all the sketchy people, the FOs, where they live, and they need to have like warrants or something and have their homes searched.
I agree.
So that there was that case in Columbus, Ohio, where the guy held those girls that lived right there around his home for 12 years.
Those 3 girls. I know who you're talking about. Yes. Yes.
Yeah. And I think it's a really good possibility that she is
is that close.
I think you
Because
might be
it
right.
seems like that when Ellie came out to search, I mean, some time had passed, but she's little. I know they move quick, but that's some rough area to move quick in.
It really
And
is.
I know she was used to that, because she's lived there her whole life. You know what I mean? So she's used to that kind of terrain. But I think that a dog, one of the helicopters, something would have spotted her, and I think she was taken that quick and put in one of them homes.
She could very well be. I mean, it happens all the time.
Yeah.
And
I don't understand why there's not warrants or something to,
I know.
to go in, and I don't know that side how all that stuff works, but it just seems like you would think that, first of all, if a child around here was missing and somebody thought they could have got into anywhere on my property, my doors would be open and they could search whatever they wanted to search.
Exactly.
So for somebody to say you're not searching here, that's suspect in my mind to begin with.
Exactly. You're absolutely right. And I really think that. Go ahead.
No, I was going to say I'm not going to keep you so somebody else can call. I just wanted to give you my opinion, and
Well, I
I
appreciate
really
it.
pray for Don and Candace, and hopefully we get some kind of word soon.
I think so
But
too.
I do think they need to go back there and check.
Yeah, especially two of the neighbors that's involved themselves into this case a lot. I think they need to search their properties and stuff for sure. Well, I appreciate you calling. You call back anytime.
Thank you. All right. Love you, Daisy.
Love you. Bye, honey.
All right. Bye-bye.
Bye. She's right. I think there is definitely two neighbors' houses that need to be searched because they have opened their mouths on the YouTube streets and have indicated themselves a lot. And so, I think somebody in that neighborhood knows something. Could very well. Bye, Sun King. Be good, honey. Hey, Logan's mom. But it's sad, and I feel like if something don't happen soon, and this is just my opinion, I think this could actually take Don to his grave. I think Don is stressing himself out so badly over this that it's not healthy. I mean, he is literally all day long, every day, he is just like, somebody's took my baby, they've took my boys, I need help, I don't know what to do. Every time I talk to Don, and it could be any time during the day, he is always very stressed out about this case. And he's an older guy, y'all. Let's see if this is somebody
From Janice. To accept, press.
Hello, Janice.
Hi, how are you guys?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing good. The guy that was on your live just a few seconds ago.
Yeah.
Well, there's a lot of us that did not hear what he had to say.
Uh-huh.
And so I don't know what he said, but if that was the truth, where it's summer,
Yeah.
Apparently people are saying that they know where summer is,
Yeah.
but nobody who's a little child.
Right.
So,
Right.
With that being said, as far as Candace and Dawn is concerned,
Yeah.
it's been almost going on 3 years.
Yes, it is.
Why haven't they did another set of lie detector tests?
I don't think that they think Don and Candace had anything to do with it. That's my opinion. Um,
Mhm.
and why haven't they searched the other people's that's indicated themselves houses? Why haven't they gave them lie detector tests? I mean, they've already done them on Don and Candace. Of course, if they feel like that they need to do it again, then they should do it. But
Yeah.
at this point, I don't know if they would think that even Don and Candace had anything to do with it. I know a lot of people do, and I understand what you're saying. I know where you're coming from. Um, there's a lot of questions that LE does that we don't know. They're not giving anyone anything at this point, you know.
Uh-huh.
But I can say this, since I have been friends with Don and Candace, there has been so many things made up that I know for a fact is not true. Just random crazy stuff that you really, unless people have receipts about something, you can't believe everything you hear on the YouTube
Yeah.
streets. And
In my opinion,
mhm,
I think all of them need to do a lie detector test again, but at different times. You know,
yeah,
when so like you come on, say like Joe Blow, come on in, we want to talk to you again, and then say, okay, well, we would like to do another lie detector test, and
mhm,
if they do not do it,
mhm,
well, then look further into it.
yeah.
You know,
I believe Don and
I was
Candace would do another one if they asked them. I really believe they would.
Yeah. Well, I know where I'm from.
Uh huh.
This, what Tennessee is doing,
Uh huh.
where I'm from, it wouldn't have went down like that. They would have already have found somebody, hired people to come in and
Yeah.
blah blah blah, and then I had my opinion again.
Okay.
They had stated, oh, CPS had stolen the kids. No, I'm at one point I was a foster mom,
Uh huh.
and
Me too.
CPS does not kidnap kids, and there has to be a real good reason why the kids got taken. So,
I don't know about that. I know Don feels that way, and so um, I just feel like that this is going to not be good for Don. I really feel like that this could actually put him in the grave, to be honest with you. Like, I just really do. I mean, I know a lot of people don't like Don and everything, but I've talked to Don behind the scenes a lot, and everything that comes out of his mouth is just about Summer and the boys, and that's all he wants, and he just is stressing over it, and he just don't know what to do. And you know you know I told him, I was like, in fact, I told him a while ago, I said, I would call TBI up and say, listen, why ain't you telling me about my child? And he said he would, but they don't give him any information. So I can kind of understand. I don't know about the CPS thing. I was a foster mom too. I know that there is corruption in some places, but I don't believe all CPS is bad. No, I don't. And especially, I don't think here in Tennessee. I don't know what happened with the boys. That's private. But I pray that at least they would get to talk to them. I feel like they'd feel better if they got to talk to the boys, just to talk to them. That to know that they're okay and stuff.
yeah,
But
I'm pretty sure the kids are okay. The main focus is where's Summer.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
You're right.
and I know exactly how CPS feels. I was raised in foster care,
Mm-hmm.
and then I was a foster mom, and then I adopted a kid. you know.
Yeah.
So I know the ins and outs, how they work, what you got to do, yada, yada, yada. And I was a high risk of adopting a child.
Because you was in foster care.
Yeah.
Mm.
They thought that, oh, she's high risk.
Yeah.
You know, da, 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 da. I mean, they put me through the ringer.
Yeah.
You know,
so you know firsthand.
Yeah. Yeah. And this was out in California. California is one of the toughest states you could be a foster parent or even consider adopting a child. But I did it, you know.
Well, I'm so happy for you.
I feel sorry. I don't know. I have my good days and my bad days.
Mm-hmm.
But I think they just need to be out there looking for their daughter, you know?
Yeah.
If it was me, I would be like, I wouldn't have no sleep. I would do whatever I had to do. So, and out here in California, there is nothing about summer. She could be out here, you know?
Yeah.
Out in California.
Yeah, she could.
But
she could be anywhere.
Nothing. Yeah. And they have to get it all, everything out in different states.
Yeah.
Just not Tennessee.
Yeah.
So that's my opinion.
No, I totally understand. I totally understand where you're coming from. I do. And I appreciate you calling in and sharing your information about the CPS system. And I'm glad you got to adopt your baby.
Yeah. Thank you.
Okay.
I hope they find their little girl.
I do too.
And
I hope something happens.
You know.
Yeah.
Thank you, and God bless. Bye-bye.
All right. Thank you. God bless. Bye-bye. Yeah, I honestly, I'm with her. I don't really think that CPS is involved in hurting, like taking Summer, or we don't know. I don't know what happened with the boys. I don't want to know. If I knowed, I wouldn't say, because I just wouldn't. That's personal, and that's the boy's story. That's not nobody else's story to tell. But I do feel like even if they got to talk to the boys, they would feel better. I really think they would feel better if they just. And I know Summer is important for them to find as well, but it's really, really, really hard to. There's money you have to make. Don has to make money. They have to make money to survive. They have bills to pay. They have, it's hard to get out and travel for, people. I know a lot of people think that you can't, but it is hard for people to get out and travel, Thank you. Thank you, God's girl. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for becoming a member of the Critters Crime family for 2 months. Thank you so much. And God bless you. But yeah, I totally see where she's coming from. I do. I don't think that CPS is involved. I know Don thinks they might be. He's very upset. I pray they find Summer. All we can do is keep her name out there, Y'all, I'm so thirsty. And that's all we can do. Let's see. If you all want to call in, go ahead and call in. There is certain numbers that I won't answer because I know I'm familiar with those numbers and I will not answer them. But for the people that do want to call in, I respect your opinion 100%. I understand how people feel. I'm not saying that I don't understand, but I think we all can say that we love Summer and we want her found. Hey, Yvonne Smith. Hello, hello. I don't blame them now for what they do. They can't be in their right mind with what they were going through in this world, with all the hate they were getting from the people. I think that when it first happened, I think it hit them like a brick. I I think just everybody bombarded them. They had people befriend them that they thought were their friends. People were just bombarding them. They were trying to deal with um, the fact that their child was missing. Then CPS came in and took their boys, and everything just kind of went downhill for them. That's what I think. Sorry, but it's highly unlikely, just my opinion. If they took Summer, why not take the other children too? I don't know. I respect that he may think that, but I just don't believe it. I don't think they did either. I understand where he's coming from, but I'm not going to say that some CPS isn't corrupted. I'm not going to say that there ain't, because in every profession there is some corruption. Um, but I think if somebody took Summer, it was definitely somebody that knew her and that was in her area. After a few weeks, every possibility would start going through as a parent's mind if it's a remote chance. Yes. Yes. Um, let's see here. Lake girl raising 6 to 4 kids, no food stamps, just working on subtractor. You might say good money too. Come on, no lavish by far. Yes, CPS can be corrupted. Well, when I was fostering my grandson, the social worker was playing both sides of the field. He was a tail packer. I'm just going to say it. He was a tail packer, and he kind of tried to bully me a little bit, in my opinion, into doing things that he wanted me to do, but I wasn't going to do it because I was the ultimately one that was doing them a favor by, taking these children in and being good to them, and I wasn't about to be bullied. So there is some good and bad out there. I'm sorry, but I couldn't adequately raise 4 kids on Monday. Okay, we got somebody calling in from.
Call from
Chris.
to accept.
Hello, Chris.
Hello.
Hello.
Hey, is this where I could look at Sasquatch Hunt?
Maybe on the other channel you can. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll do that on the other channel.
Oh, I see. Thank you.
You're welcome back. That's funny. Sasquatch. Feisty Philly, Miss Daisy. I have a question. Hope I don't get blocked. Can you answer me why Can lost 7 children? Well, we've been over this before, with the first children. Candace, if you all have not seen, she's opened up about her relationship in her first marriage with her first kids' children. Thank you, Yvonne. Thank you for being a member of the Critters Crime family for 4 months. We love this channel. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you for being a member. Yeah. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. I don't know where my bell is, y'all, so I'm going to have to carry on. I'm not going to answer that phone call because that phone call is not who I think it is. Anyway, answer that question. Candace has opened up about her previous children, the relationship that she was in, a horrific relationship with her children's father at that time. She went through a lot of abuse. If you haven't watched, go back on my channels, and she does explain what happened in her other. She's not had the easiest life, y'all.
phone. Okay. To accept, press 1.
Hello.
Hi, Daisy.
Hey.
Hi. I was just wanting to ask you a couple of questions about, like, your thoughts on, like, the Masonic Lodge, on why that you feel like it's so evil.
The what?
The Masonic Lodge and, like, the Freemasons.
Oh, the Freemasons. I've heard that they were satanic. I'm not saying all of them are, but there is some that is. Actually, one of my mods is actually a victim from that. She was sold into human trafficking at 2 years old, and she experienced that extreme abuse in every way possible. And we talked about that before. And another lady grew up in that. I'm not saying all the Freemasons are bad, but there is some high levels allegedly that could be into more than what we know, and according.
Yeah, because that's what I was going to say, because, like, I don't know if it's just stuff that people's reading or if it's, like, cults or groups that are hiding themselves behind the Freemasons. I mean, I grew up with it my whole life.
You did?
My dad was a worshipful master, which I'm very proud of.
Is that like?
My mom was in the Eastern Stars. I mean, I don't know anything about those two because I wasn't a group of it. But I was a group in it was called Job's Daughters. And literally, they teach you the whole book of Job, about faithfulness. And about, they teach you God comes first, family comes second, and your sister and your brother comes third. It's no different than any church.
Yeah.
So, I mean, where they're coming up with their stories, I'm just like, well, I don't know where the heck you guys are going, but
I know.
Nothing like what I was raised with.
Well, there is a certain degree that can be, and it's deep. It's a rabbit hole. But I do know that one of my mods has been a victim of it.
Yeah. Well, I mean, just like she said, I mean, my dad had to license plates. He knew judges. He knew lawyers. But there's many people that involved with it.
Yeah.
That doesn't make them bad people. He had the ring. He just recently passed away in February. He had his Grandmaster's apron on him. We could have very well had a service for it. But I just feel like them pushing that theory, that's not right, because it's giving people the wrong
thing.
It, that's their opinion and stuff, but I feel like your people need to hear the other side of it too.
Absolutely.
I don't know what kind of group that they came from, because I mean, I'm telling you, I'll be totally honest with you. To me, it was no different than going to church. I mean,
and that's good.
About, like I said, God comes first, and you are to take care of your family and stuff like that. And it just goes right through me when people put the Freemasons down.
Right.
Because there's some good people in it.
Yeah,
it doesn't matter if they're judges or not. Just because don't mean you can get out of trouble.
Amen. I agree with you on that. And my friend has their father is a Mason, and so, like I said, they're not all, but there is some that is evil, and I do think the Hollywood people are into some evil stuff. Now, I don't know.
I don't think that that's tied to Freemasons. I think that's something totally different. But I mean, that's just my opinion.
You think
on
so?
That.
Yeah. Well, I know that.
I just wanted your viewers, because I listen to your chat quite often. I thought, I can't let people think that they're bad people, because they're not.
Right.
I mean, like, I went to a Christian school. My parents were very, very involved with my life. They were all good people. I mean, like I said, it's no different than church. Yeah, they're going to help each other out when you can, but that's how we all should do.
Right.
That's how all families and churches and any type of group that you're involved with, you should be willing to help them, lend a hand to a friend, just like you with Don and Candace.
Right.
You want to lend a hand and help them out.
Yeah.
No different than this, and I just it just pulls my.
Well, I'm glad that you called.
They're getting a bad name. Yeah.
Well,
because even in Rainbow, there's another thing for Girls Rainbow. My brother was a part of the DMLA group for men, and it teaches you about how to respect your mother and different things. I mean, like, I just feel like they were just totally giving it such a bad name.
Yeah.
And, I mean, it's done, just even like Boy Scouts. My son was in Boy Scouts and stuff, but now, I mean, no
Yeah.
matter where you go, some of those bad people, the pedos and things like that, can get involved with it. But it
Yes.
doesn't mean it's a bad organization. They're just bad people that got involved with
There's
it.
bad people in everything.
Unfortunately.
Yes, I
Yeah,
agree.
there's bad people in churches when you go.
Oh,
I mean,
yeah.
but that
All
shouldn't
over
give the
church.
name of the organization a bad name.
Yeah, that's right. And I'm glad you called and clarified that. And, I'm sorry that, I'm glad you, feel that way. And,
Yeah, because I'm very passionate about. Because I mean, for my brother, my sister, and myself, like that little group right there, those groups that we was in, it kept us all out of trouble. We all had a great group of kids that we all hung out with, and I mean, like, it done a lot for our lives. It helped us grow in so many ways. I mean, we're all very.
well, I know the Shriners are good.
Oh yeah, the Shiners are wonderful. My father was a part of the Shiners too, and I think
Yeah.
how many kids that it helped with those burn victims. We went to every circus that they put on, which that's another thing. I really don't agree with all the circus stuff, but they did a lot for the children. They truly did.
Yeah. Yeah.
I
Well,
apologize. I didn't mean to take
no,
up your
no.
time. I
I'm
just felt
glad.
like your viewers should hear another side of the story. Because,
Yes.
I mean, it
No, I'm
was a
glad.
great impact on our lives.
Yes,
And
yes.
I'm sorry that the others went through such trauma, but I just feel like a lot of people hide behind us
Yes.
big names like that. Like
They
it's
do.
something that it's not. Yeah.
Well, I'm glad you did clarify that. I don't know a whole lot about it myself. I don't. I
Yeah.
do know that more and more people are coming out about Hollywood, but that's Illuminati. I don't know if that's connected to Masons or whatever, but like you said, there's good and bad in everything. You're absolutely right.
Well, and I mean, it is supposed to be like a secretive type pact that you take, you take oaths when you go in there that you're not going to disclose secrets and things like that. But that's just part of being like in the sisterhood or brotherhood or whatnot. But like right before my father died, I said, Dad, I said, why do these people, every time a child goes missing, it's always Freemasons are brought up? And he just hung his head and shook it. He said, daughter, I don't know. He said, because we're not bad people. He said, we do great things. So, I mean, it really bothered me because I seen how the look on his face, and I knew if they would have been up to no good, he would have said something.
Yeah.
That's just the type of man he was. And he wouldn't have been involved with anything that would have been bad like that. And he wouldn't have had his children involved in it, too. And I mean, every single weekend, every single event my parents were taking us to, and it done wonders for our lives. So,
Yes.
I mean, I wanted the people out there to hear. It's not, just because there are bad stories, that's just the way of life. There's bad stories in
Everywhere.
but there's also good.
Yeah, and I mean, I believe the Pope is corrupt myself, and he's a church man. I don't trust anybody really. It's the character of the person, to be honest with you, for me. But
Exactly, and I mean, not trying to put anybody down, but like some of these preachers and stuff on TV and stuff. I mean, a lot of them,
yeah.
I mean, and I hate to say that because I don't want to say any man of God is doing bad, but there are a lot out there that's drilled just for money.
Oh,
and
yeah.
we can't deny that.
Amen.
So, I mean, if we're going to call all people bad, then,
You're
like
right.
I said, I apologize taking up too much of your time.
No,
but I want
you're fine.
people to hear someone's other side of the story because it has done wonders for our family, and it's really built us up. And I mean, we're all successful in our lives, my siblings and I, and I mean, I just hate for it to get that bad of a name.
Well, there's always two sides to every story, and I'm glad that you come up here and told your part, because I do know a lot of people that are Masons and are very kind people, and I have had a good experience with Shriners myself. So, like you said, there's good and bad.
I appreciate you taking the time to listen.
Oh, you're welcome. And call back anytime. And if you want to come up on panel, just hit that link and come up and we'll talk about it, okay?
All right, I appreciate you. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
She is right. There is some people that is Masons that aren't bad. There is good and bad in every profession. And I should have clarified that more. I apologize for that. Because I have met some really nice people that was Masons. My friend's dad is a Mason, and they are all Christians and believe in God and all that. I just feel like there's mean people everywhere. It doesn't matter what profession you're in or what you're attached to. a person, like she said, could be a preacher and still be into witchcraft behind the scenes. We just don't know. Miss Daisy, please don't get yourself and your family in trouble with police questioning you about the wells. I'm scared they will use you, same as Kathy. No, I've actually ain't had no problems with anything like that. There's nothing to know. So there's nothing new with Summer's case as far as, you know, they ain't. Hey, Sugar Boom Boom. But no, I agree with her because, and I should have said that, not all Masons are bad. Not all of them are a part of a secret society or into any kind of meanness. There's a preacher out here that you can actually, I feel like you can see the devil in him. And he is a very rich man. They did an interview with him, and he actually said that he had his own private jet and he wouldn't ride on an airplane with other people. And I thought, are you serious? Like, you're really thinking you're better than other people, that you won't ride on an airplane, but you're supposed to minister to God's people? And isn't God's people the broken people? No, I agree. There's devils everywhere. And I'm glad that she called and clarified that. I do. The devil can look like a preacher, teacher, postman, and be anyone. Right. Satan is very in every area trying to defeat God and his children. Right, right. And if I offended anybody in a Masonry family, I am sorry. We should have had both sides up here, because I really don't know a whole lot about it. I just know what Selah's experience is and what Yanni's experience is, but that could be anyone. You know what I'm saying? It's just that way. Oh, thank you, Abigail. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you for that super chat. Thank you, and God bless you for that. Thank you so much. I'm not offended. I thought it was a good conversation, just sharing thoughts. Okay. Thank you, Trust No One. Thank you so much. But yeah, there's always two sides, and not everybody is bad people, guys. Not every person is bad. I believe the Hollywood elites are. That's my opinion. Prove me wrong. I've seen too much demonic possession with these Hollywood actors and actresses. Are they linked to Masons? I don't know. I just think maybe they are evil. I don't know. Okay? That is a rabbit hole. Thank you, Abigail. I love you for that. The phone lines are open if anybody wants to call in. Hey, Donna. We are talking about Summer Wells' case. And people are just giving their opinions, and I respect it, and I appreciate their opinions. And if we talk about something, we need to talk about both sides of the story instead of just one. I totally agree. You all might not be able to hear me very good tonight because my microphone has broke. Not on my computer, but my regular microphone has broke. So that might be why you're not hearing as good as normal. But the phone lines are open. Let me see. I don't know why this isn't like ringing though. It's not ringing. It needs to ring. Let me see here. Okay. We hear you perfectly. Okay, good. I agree, Daisy. We hear you. Okay. But yeah, y'all. I know that maybe Sailor Rose grew up in a different family than somebody else that may actually be Christians and being into the Masons. Y'all can hear me? Okay. My face feels like it's on fire, you guys. I don't know why. It's very flushed tonight. I don't know why. But we've got a lot of people calling in that has called in and has spoke about how they feel about things, and that's okay, and that's okay. Um, I do think that Don and Candace is doing good, and uh, I do feel that Don is just grieving himself in the grave. And I'm not just saying that. I just feel like that this is ultimately this is gonna this is not good for him. That it's not good, y'all. Daisy, this is a great live. Keep up the good work. Thank you, Trust No One. Hopefully your blood pressure isn't up. That's how mine feels when mine's up. Yeah, it might be up. It might be up a little bit, but it's okay. Plus, it's like it's cold outside, but it's hot in here, so I've got the air conditioning on too. I love these call-in shows. It's nice to hear other opinions. We may just learn something. Exactly, like Now, I'm not saying that the guy that called in was lying, but I'm just saying that I respect him calling in, and we have to have receipts about things before we know. Daisy, get your drink of water. I got me a pop while ago. Everybody's behaving. That's good. It might not be okay. I don't know. I think it may go away deeper than we ever imagined, in my opinion. Are you talking about Summer's case? It would probably, there is a possibility that Summer could very well be alive, y'all. She could be alive and well. We don't know. That's something we don't know. I mean, it. I think that if we ever find out what happened to Summer, that it's going to be something totally different than any of us think. I mean, it. I really do. I think it's going to be something. Year ago, before COVID, the Masons had a poster of little children with face masks on. Oh, was that all Masons though? Like there is some groups of Masons, and then there's the good ones. So Master Masons do not have to go into Satanism. It takes a long time to pass through that. Well, she said that her father was a Christian. So I think there's good and bad in everything. Always Light said she always believes that they were alive. Yeah, you still believe she's alive, and I don't blame you. And not being hurt, I hope not. None of your business says Jesus I love would never approve of anyone purposely hurting one another. Yes, none of your business. You're absolutely right. You're absolutely right. KB said, "Good evening, Miss Daisy, everyone. Have to watch the replay." Okay, KB. There are native Masons that do a lot of charity work. I know that the Shriners are very good people. I mean, they would bring in toys for the kids that didn't have money when we were little, and that meant so much for me. And I really was not fair for me to say that all Masons are bad. My stepdad had a Mason ring. What are Masons? I don't get it. They're actually supposed to be like a part of Shriners, a secret society. I am not deep dived into masonry, y'all stuff. Her father hasn't gotten into the level where they sacrifice children. Well, I reckon they're Christians. They went to church all their lives, and I really, I'm just going to say this: not all Masons are bad, y'all. I pictured her in my mind all the time, and she's like a little bit down. Her name. I'm not answering the Knoxville number. No way. Let me see.
Call from Lucy, Currents of Astrology.
To accept, press 1. To send a voicemail, press 2.
Who? Hang on. I don't know who that was. She said something and then she hung up. I have a Mason ring that belongs to my husband's grandfather. Okay. I don't know. I've not researched Masons enough to know how good or bad they are. Hey, Toaster Evan! I go every 3 months to Shriner and they pick me up in Hazard Shriner in Lexington and they bring me back home. Yeah, my grandson was at that Shriners. When he broke his arm, they fixed his arm. Y'all, I can't say. Was that forensics? I don't know, y'all. Call back if you try to call. If you try to call back, whoever you are, call back, okay? Spirit Mist said, my dad is a high-ranked Mason. I won't say which level, but he is also, okay, hang on. But he's also the sheriff of our county and has been for 32 years. Yaney, you are disrespectful to my family. Well, now listen, Yaney's not saying everybody is that way. Yaney is actually a victim of that kind of stuff. So you can kind of see where Yaney's coming from, Spirit Mist. She's actually a victim of that. Was that forensics that called you all? I have a grandfather he died at 52. So this was back in the, yeah, we don't know, y'all. Yaney had a horrific, okay, I'll try my last 4 is, okay, that's you. I thought you were somebody else. I'm sorry, forensics. I'm so sorry. There she is. Let me answer.
From Lucy at Forensic Astrology. To accept.
Okay, there we go. Hello.
How you doing, Daisy? It's Lucy. How are you?
Good. How are you?
I'm doing good. It's good to talk to you. I just wanted to talk about what Dawn was saying about CPS and say what I thought about what happened this summer.
Mm-hmm.
I agree with Dawn about CPS. Now, I'm not saying they're all bad, but recently Candace had a link on her page showing where a government official was announcing that 19 CPS workers were convicted of trafficking children in their care within the CPS system. We can wholly and completely trust them. I think we should be wary of them and know that they're just as capable as evil as anybody else. But I'm not going to say that they're all like that. But I also wanted to say, another caller said that if CPS takes children, they have a good reason. That's not necessarily true either. Matter of fact, I've been reading a lot of cases where the ACLU, American Civil Liberties Union of Tennessee, and other states have defended parents in the same situation the Wells are in, where children were removed from home, and there wasn't really that great of a cause to remove them, and the ACLU got involved and helped them get their children back. So I'm hoping that they'll contact the ACLU and see what kind of help they could get, because I don't think they charge to represent families like the Wells.
Okay.
So I'm hoping that they can get some legal help on that.
Yeah.
But anyway, I wanted to say what I thought happened this summer.
Okay.
I do think that there is a crime ring or a crime syndicate operating in northeastern Tennessee. Over the past few years, I've noticed a lot of girls and women missing from the area. Yeah. I believe it's a crime ring. I believe it's like a wealthy, powerful person that is hiring people to kidnap people for things like black market adoptions, trafficking, maybe even harvesting organs, things of that nature. And I believe this thing is so big that we couldn't even wrap our minds around it if we tried, and, it's just, I don't believe it's any of what I would call the usual suspects. I believe it's somebody that nobody's even talked about, somebody that's well protected,
Mm-hmm.
Possibly connected to really higher up law enforcement, not local law enforcement, but somebody really high up.
Yeah.
So I had believed this for a long time.
Have you
And
talked to
I never
Don about
believed it.
this?
I haven't, but I'm totally 100% with him. I do believe it was a stranger abduction. I believe it's part of the crime ring. And I believe she was either part of a black market adoption or something like that. Maybe trafficked or I don't know what, but I don't believe that it was just, some local, some neighbor. I really and truly don't believe the Wells were involved at all. And so Dawn and I are like in 100% agreement on this.
Yeah. He would really, you could probably help him. I will ask him if I can give you his number, and maybe
Okay.
you should call him and talk to him about this, because I'm afraid that he's going to have a nervous breakdown or something, because he's.
I am too. I can see it in his face that he's breaking down now. Now, he's free to text me anytime. Sometimes I can't answer the phone because of the nature of my job. But if somebody texts me, as soon as I can, I get right back with them.
Do you have Facebook?
And you have my number. Yeah, I've got Facebook. Matter of fact, I do sometimes communicate with the Find Summer Wells Facebook page, which is Tim Mullins. Sometimes I send him things. So I'll send him my number and tell him that, if Don wants to contact me, that's fine.
Okay.
But, and Candace can also. I don't know what I could do to help them except refer them somewhere like the ACLU and, send them some articles and cases that the ACLU has worked on behalf of families.
Yeah.
But, I think their rights are being violated, and I think it's a horrible thing to deprive children of contact with their parents. The psychological damage I think that is doing is unexcusable, unforgivable.
Yeah. I mean, just to even to just get to talk to him, I think would be better than not knowing at all. And Don feels like that they may have had something to do. Now, this is just speculation, and according to Don, but he thinks that they it was funny that they come the day before, and then the next day Summer goes missing. I don't, he thinks that. That's just speculation, but maybe you could talk to him and help him, somehow. I mean, because we all know that this stuff happens in this world, and
I wanted to point something else out real quick. There is a gadget, I can't remember what it's called, but I can find it on YouTube. But people, law enforcement and stuff like that can use it, and I think it uses some kind of laser technology or whatever. It can actually see through walls. In other words, if you wanted to take somebody out of their house or off of their property, you could use that gadget. You could look into somebody's house. You could tell who was where.
Yeah, I know.
By infrared technology.
I've seen that.
You could use that to make your move.
Yeah.
And so that's another reason I think that's possible technology that might have been used in her abduction.
Yeah. Did you ever watch that show Jesse Ventura had out, where he exposed all these conspiracy theories, and he actually met with ex-government officials that actually said that if they wanted to give a person a heart attack, they could buy through that stuff, and he actually showed it.
Wow.
And the man ended up dead like a couple days later after he did that show with Jesse Ventura.
Oh, wow. I have to check it out because I love Jesse Ventura.
Yeah, he was exposing a lot, but that show I think got took down, but it still may be out there somewhere. But
yeah, I'm gonna have to check that out because I love him. He's awesome. But I'll get in touch with TM on Facebook, and I'll give my number, and the Wells can contact me, and I'll try to hook them up with the email address or something to the ACLU.
Yes,
because I think they might be able to get some help from them. I'm hoping they can.
I do too. I hope they can.
Yeah.
Oh,
but I got a good feeling about it. I believe the boys will be returned home within the next few months.
I pray that they find out what happened with Summer. It's just, it's surreal. It's just so surreal. Because, I've met Candace in person, and just to know that, she's a mom that has lost her child and don't even know where her baby is.
Yeah.
It's
And I feel
surreal.
like I really know her now that I saw her doing those scrapbooks. I mean, I just feel like, she's like so familiar now, like just
Yeah.
a regular person who just misses her kids,
Yep.
So I'm glad that she did that.
I feel like she just handles things different than other people does. Like,
Yes.
there's things that I get mad about and that she doesn't get mad about. And like one day I was upset about something and she was like, you just got to let it happen and don't go in there and listen to it. And, I'm like, I could learn from her. I could really learn from her,
Yeah. People that are like that have been through a lot. And so I think that's where it comes from.
I think you're right. I do.
Well, I'll jump off here, but God bless you, David.
Oh,
thank you so much for talking to me.
Thank you. And that picture you did was beautiful of summer.
Oh, thank you. Well, I didn't actually paint it, but I had it painted, and I thought the artist did a wonderful job.
Oh, yes. It was absolutely beautiful.
Yeah.
You did awesome. So much. You're welcome. And you call back anytime.
Okay. Well, you have a good evening.
You too. Bye-bye.
Uh-huh. Bye-bye.
Bye. Oh, she's super nice. I hope she can help Dawn and Candace. The phone lines are still open, y'all, if y'all want to call back. I know she had been trying to call, but I thought that it was somebody else trying to call, maybe like a troll or something. So that's why I didn't answer. But yeah, I mean, there's good and bad in everything. And there very well could be, who was that was Forensic Astrology. The girl that did the picture for a summer that Candace showed the other day, or she had it done. Missy, please come on panel someday, please. She is Daisy. She is such a wonderful woman and very talented. Forensics, yes. She seems very knowledgeable too about stuff. Very, very knowledgeable. So hang on just a second. So anybody that wants to come up on panel, you can. Let's see. Or you can call in either one. If you want me to put the link out, you can come up on panel and just, we can talk about what we think happened this summer. And, like I said, there's good and bad in everything. And I'm so sorry that I didn't clarify that not all Masons are bad, y'all. There is some good Mason people. There's somebody calling from somewhere else. Okay, here we go.
From Tabitha to accept.
Hello, Tabitha.
Hi, Miss Daisy. How are you?
Good. How are you?
I'm doing pretty good.
Good.
I have a few questions and stuff. I don't know.
Okay.
And I was just, like in the beginning, how they gave the wrong age of Summer.
Oh.
Do you know, like in the very beginning, where they, like when something first happens, does that, where we get tongue-tied, get scared, nervous, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because when I first heard about it on the TV stuff, they said she was 4.
Oh, you mean like the TV people did?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes. They said she was 4.
Mm-hmm.
And then they showed her picture, but she didn't have, her hair was shaved, remember?
Yeah.
So I was like, okay, so if that's the wrong picture, wouldn't that be confusing? Like, what are we looking for? How's the baby looking like? You know what I'm saying?
Okay. Well, Candace actually clarified that for me. And this picture here that I've got up is right before her right before she went missing. She actually went for her checkup for school and to the dentist. So these pictures are the most recent pictures of Summer, other than the one that was taken that day of her in the back of the truck. I don't know if you see him or
How
not.
shaped her head was though in that picture.
Huh?
It did look like her missing picture in the beginning. You know what I'm trying to say?
Yeah.
With that red dress on.
Yeah.
I wouldn't have looked for somebody with, like that much less hair. You know what I'm trying to say? When they put out alerts and you start looking around and,
Uh-huh.
you know what I'm trying to say? Explain? Am I
Yes.
explaining it right?
Yes, ma'am,
Okay.
you are. Yeah.
It would have been like, I almost feel like we would have been looking for like almost the wrong baby.
Right.
Kind. You
Well,
know what I mean? Because those are like, detailed and the pictures that they used to do of our children, and they would take their pictures for the missing when they weren't in school, and they did the fingerprints. We carried those with us.
yeah.
And so that would have given it more of a distinguished. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm kind of confused because of the age, and then the picture was wrong.
Yeah, they shouldn't have put out so many pictures, I think. They should have put out the last one of her in the back of the truck, and then like these recent ones that Candace said, where she was at. And you can tell between the truck picture and this picture here, her hair was basically the same. Was grown out about the same.
For that, you know what I'm saying? Because our eyes focus right there. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and the picture, I don't think the updated picture looks like her at all.
No, I agree with you.
Yeah.
That sadly, I couldn't believe it.
Yeah, Candace didn't like it either. She appreciates it, but like she don't think that it looks like Summer.
Yeah, that's a very mistaking. I don't know. But,
yeah.
And then I have another question. Didn't her and the boys and her mother, did they go to Gatlinburg or something like that on a trip with the boys and Summer?
They have went there before. I know that she's took the kids a lot of places.
Right.
They even went to Wisconsin, I think. Huh?
Where did they go just before she went missing? They went on a trip, the boys and Summer and her grandmother. Them,
It could have been to Gatlinburg. I'm not for sure. That would have to be a question I'd have to ask Candace when she was on panel or in chat. That would be a Candace question.
Because she was taking a lot of pictures, and she probably was filming some things for like TikTok or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Could somebody been possibly in the back of the whatever just watching? Yep. You know how we go on vacations and there's strangers everywhere and we're taking pictures, we're not paying attention.
Yep.
Could somebody been watching them? You know what I'm trying to say? Watching,
absolutely. Yep.
And I don't know how to put it. Yeah.
Absolutely, they could have been
innocently on vacation, and somebody, that shouldn't have been, watching that way. You know what I mean?
Another possibility I was thinking about is, they saw Candace out with Summer and her mom and knew the boys were at home alone, and they may have went up there to get one of the boys, and they were hiding out in the basement, and they got Summer instead of the boys. That could be a big possibility. There's a lot
I don't think that could be, though, Miss Beezy. All them dogs. Our dogs are going to be, when you have kids, our dogs are protective over them. Even if you roughhouse any in the house, they come in between us.
I know.
You know what I mean?
But,
and they guard these babies like it's their babies.
But if they knew that person and they were familiar with the person coming up there.
Because you had a couple moms with pups, though.
Yeah, I know. So to me, it would have to be.
I don't think somebody was up there. Them dogs would have let them. And with the new pups up there, them moms are going to go vicious on anybody.
Yeah. Well, in my opinion, I think maybe Summer might have wandered down the road. I don't know.
I don't know.
That I'm not sure. The dogs, either that or the dogs were you. I mean, we all know Jody. I mean, I'm not saying she was involved. I'm just saying some of them dogs were hers too. You
But
know.
could it accident? Because I'm not putting anybody down. I'm just open minded.
Hmm.
But they were parents that were sick at the time,
Hmm.
and maybe she got into something. And when you're not fully coherent, and it just, yeah, I don't know. You know what I mean? I mean, accident. I don't know. I'm not putting them down. They were
I
sick
know.
people. I get it.
Yeah.
They have a history. I get it. Everybody can change and go on. But I'm saying at that time, I think their family was chaos. They were, you know how sometimes we go through chaos and then we get things better. And I think just things got out of control in hand for them.
Uh-huh.
And when they were showing pictures on, how they were living in squalor because they were sick. Nobody was up there helping, and, things just kind of got let go. Maybe they weren't in a good position in their marriage, and, the addiction just took control. Nobody really cared. I mean, I don't know how bad it was, but I'm just saying it happened.
Yeah. Well,
It happened to addictions. I think everybody knows about addictions. And it's unsafe for children, but when they're going through the addiction, the parents don't know. They don't realize it. They don't even realize that they have a problem. You know what I'm saying?
yeah. Well, the thing is if it was anything different than what Don and Candace said, like the boys are old enough to know. And I mean, you have to think about this too. If Summer would have passed away on that property or in any of those vehicles, those dogs would have picked it up. And
Yeah, I'm not saying that she did, but maybe they thought they got scared and panicked. You know what I'm saying?
yeah, I used to think that myself too. I that was one of my
Like maybe
theories.
when she went swimming or something, and somebody was splashing her, and she didn't like it,
Yeah,
and her mom spoke up about it.
yeah, and I really
And I don't like anybody splashing my children either. If they say no, it's no.
yeah, and that right there proves that Candace was very protective over her. And that's why I think if Summer would have got sick, that Candace would have took that baby to the hospital. Honestly, now that I know Candace and who she is, I absolutely believe that she would have took her baby girl to the hospital. And because she's so protective over her animals, just what I've seen. And then also, if anything was other different than what Candace said that happened that day, I feel like the boys would have spoke up and told something different. I mean, would have told what really happened. And
Nobody's allowed to know what the boy said, Miss Daisy. They got to be protected.
um,
I mean, that's the system. That's just the system.
yeah,
It's protocol. They're all underage, and that can't be let out.
yeah, I understand. I understand where you're coming from. I understand because I thought the same thing. But after I've got to know Candace, I truly believe that she would have took Summer to the hospital. I really do because she was so protective over her, and I've seen her. I've actually FaceTimed her when she had Don's grandchildren with her, and she was very protective over them as well. And that's my opinion, but I totally respect yours too, and I can see where you're coming from because I used to think the same thing myself. But ultimately, the TBI is the only ones that know everything that happened, and who,
They do.
and I do pray that, one day that we'll find out where she is or what happened to her. But Candace always tells me this, and I have to tell you this. She says, God knows the truth. And one of these days people are going to be apologizing to me. And I'm not saying that you're saying this to be mean or nothing, because I totally
Go on.
understand where you're coming from. That's your opinion, and I respect that. But I don't know. I mean, I in my heart don't believe it anymore, but I understand where you're coming from too. And I respect your opinion on that.
Lied. So many people came in and lied and put their noses where it didn't belong and say they seen her in a car when he did it. I mean, really? Nobody who was sticking up for this baby.
There's been so many lies on the YouTube streets since I've got to know them. You would be amazed of just, I would be on the phone talking to them and somebody would be saying they're out or in jail or whatever. And I'm like, oh my God, I don't see how they can take this. Like, I have been ripped to shreds myself just by, taking up for them and stuff. So I can't imagine, what they go through. But ultimately, it's up to law enforcement to find out the truth about what happened to her. And all we can do is pray and keep her little face out here,
Yeah.
and continue to talk about it. But I totally respect your opinion on that. I do. And I totally respect that. And call back anytime, and your opinion is welcome as well in chat, because
Well, it took over 2 years before somebody ratted at Harmony's dad.
yeah, I know. I thought about Harmony today. I thought about her. I
think about her all the time.
I know that baby needs justice so bad, and I pray.
Finished listening. I had to go pray. Yeah, it was too much.
Yeah. And I feel like the stepmother should be put in jail just as much as the dad on that one.
I agree. She knew about it. She was involved with it. I don't care how involved she was.
Yeah.
That one, she don't deserve her children either.
No, she does not.
She did that for Harmony.
She did it. I wished I could have just went and took that baby out of that monster's arms. And I know God took her. But he's an animal. A total. I hope.
There's no word for that at all.
There absolutely is no words. And I will be covering that trial, make no mistake. And I'll be praying every day that baby Harmony gets justice. But for them to let that woman loose after she sit there and let him do what he did to that baby, I just don't get it.
But you have to admit something real quick, Miss Daisy.
Huh?
Thank God she told something, because she wanted to save her own butt, but she told.
At least she did tell, yeah. Unfortunately, I don't think
They're probably not going to find her, because I don't think the dads can be man enough or balls enough to tell. But at least people know what happened to her.
Yeah. I think that she's in more than one place, the way it sounds.
Oh, yeah, when you dig up drainage and, never mind. I can't
Yeah.
talk about it.
Yeah, it's sad. It's so, so sad. But all we can do is just keep praying that justice will be served. And if they don't answer on this earth, they will answer in heaven one day. Anybody that hurts a child, I believe, will answer one day for what they do.
Oh, yeah.
For sure. But I thank you for... Huh?
Thank you, Miss Daisy. I said we're all going to face judgment, everybody.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. But
there's only one judge, so,
There's only one judge, and every knee will bow and every tongue will confess.
Amen.
And they can't hide from it on there. They can't lie out of it or hide from it or...
Oh, no, because once you pass, your tongue sticks to the roof of your mouth.
Yep. Amen.
You cannot argue nothing. You're done.
Yep.
That's it. Closed case.
Yep. Well, I thank you for calling and call back anytime.
Thank you. You have a good night, Miss Daisy.
All right, you too. Bye, honey.
Bye.
Bye. Oh, that was a good call. That was a good call. That's a good conversation. A good conversation, y'all. Um, I do want to say if y'all have not subscribed to my channel, please hit that like button and that subscribe button. And if you not become a member, please consider being a member of the Critters Crime family. But yeah, in Judgment on Earth, like Harmony Montgomery's case is just so sad. Like, it's just appalling that woman got out of it to just to get information for them to be able to prosecute the father of that baby, that Harmony had to the mother had to the stepmom got out of it when she literally sit there and let him abuse this child so bad and never spoke up and concealed this baby's body, like helped him conceal her body. Like, he literally packed her in a bag for months, including his work. For the ones that's not familiar with the Harmony Montgomery case, literally the father packed this baby in a duffel bag for months and then changed it into a regular bag and then disposed of her body. Like, he was a complete and thorough monster. And she helped him. But she's not going to get anything because she told on him. But she sit there and let him do it. She let him hurt her. Poor baby Harmony. She was beautiful. Yes, she absolutely was beautiful. Now that is a sad case. A very, very sad case of Harmony. She was failed on so many levels. She was failed. Just so sad, y'all. So sad. Yeah, if anybody wants to call in, the call lines are open. They are open, and you can call in still and voice your opinion if you want to. Yes, they made a deal with the devil in Harmony's case. Moved the bag several times, freezer and unfreeze. Oh yeah. And she helped him. That's the sad part of it. She helped him. She literally knew that he hurt Harmony and sit there and let little Harmony moan and groan instead of going back there and helping her. She let Harmony sit back there in that car and pass away. And then she let that monster conceal that baby for what, a year and a half? I don't know exactly how long it was that he concealed that baby. And I believe this is some story with Summer, Miss Daisy. We will see. Same story. Listen. That's one thing I can say, Diamond Girl. I don't believe Don and Candace would ever hurt her in any way. That's something I can say for 100% that they would not intentionally hurt their baby girl. That's one thing I can say that they did do is love Summer. There's no doubt in my mind. That is something that I can absolutely say is that I do not believe Don and Candace hurt Summer on purpose. Like, I don't believe that they would hurt her like Harmony's dad did. Harmony's dad was a monster, and she should have never ever been placed in his care. And yeah. Isn't the stepmom to Harmony going to be in trouble for welfare fraud. No, she got a deal, Angel Girl. She got a deal. And I don't think she's going to get anything out of it, to be honest with you. I hope she does. I hope she does. But honestly, I don't believe she is because she told on Adam. But she never, I believe she knows where they put Harmony. I really do. I think she's afraid to tell where Harmony is because maybe that will show exactly what really was happening. Because, and this is one thing I can agree with Chris McDonough on. Me and him agree on it. Maybe it wasn't him. Maybe it was either Chris McDonough or Duty Rom. One said it was Duty Rom. He was covering Harmony's case. And he said that he believed the way that Kayla, Harmony's stepmother, talked, the way people were in and out of that area and stuff and everything that was going on, that Harmony may have actually been a victim of trafficking, that they may have been using her to get money. I don't know. We don't know really what happened to that little precious baby. And according to Kayla, she don't know where Adam put her. And that Adam had several bags and that they went out through town placing these bags in different areas. They didn't really come out and say that she didn't really come out and say that Harmony was dismembered, but then she kind of did say that Harmony was dismembered. So we know that he did manipulate the body to get her stuffed in that bag. So, yeah. You think it was Mastiff Donna? Mastiff Cuju dog. But either way, it's very, very sad. Harmony's case, that poor baby. Oh, and the mother, I'm sorry, but I just feel like the mother failed her too. I can't, who goes 2 years without knowing where their baby is, Sad her mom didn't know she was missing for so long. Exactly. Like, I understand that she had underlying drug addictions, but if you know this guy is a monster and you see your baby is scared of him and he makes the baby get off the phone and you never hear from your baby again, and it's 2 years and you still haven't heard from your child, I don't know. I don't know. Hey, Chrissy Prissy. I just feel like she was just failed by everyone. Everyone failed her. I agree, Miss Daisy. Mom failed her too. Absolutely. Yes, she did. And I know she blames herself now. But sometimes you can't take things back. After they're done, you cannot take them back. And that's the sad part of it, You just can't take things back. And that's why we got to hold tight to our children and not let them out of our sight, because there's monsters out here. And it just takes 1 second for them monsters to get a hold of our babies. And yeah. And it's, yeah, the phone lines are open if anybody wants to call in. Hang on. Let me put the number back out. I'm really enjoyed. Most of y'all have been really good and respectful, and I'm glad that the little lady called and clarified the Freemason thing, because I should have clarified that, because not all Masons are bad. There is some and some good and bad and everything. I know the foster fathers worried Harmony. They adopted her brother. I know, and I wish that they could have placed Harmony in the care of the foster fathers of Harmony's brother, at least she would have had a chance. They were the only ones who really cared and reached out to find out what happened to baby Harmony. You know, wasn't that dog put down just after Summer went missing? I'm not for sure about the dog situation. Don, I do remember Don saying something about the dog. The damn dogs were not there that day. Unfortunately, they were out Piondering or whatever. I'm not sure. There is no evidence, physical set, nothing but the front yard of the Wells property. Someone had to pick up that child up and ran off with her. My opinion based on evidence I've seen. Yes, I believe that somebody knows something. Now, my opinion is I think the squalid neighbor, not Jody Sue, but the other one that's in jail, I think he knows more than what we know. I think he knows a lot. Gosh, y'all really got me wondering about that dog again now. What dog are y'all talking about? Hey, Chris Collins. It's been a long time since I've seen you, Chris. I didn't know that Ellie was talking to you. Oh, I don't know. Red, I hate to hear that. What evidence have they gave you to believe that they are guilty respectfully? Who is saying who is guilty? That Ellie has said to me sounds like innocent. I don't know what y'all. I don't know. Y'all have a conversation. I don't know anything about. If something happened to my kids, they might as well put me out, because there is no way I could live without them. Me too. Me too, Miggy. Me too. And I honestly believe um, that I think Don's got broken heart syndrome for sure. Just by the way, I really think he's got broken heart syndrome, and Candace too. But Candace, in my opinion, deals with things differently than Don does. She holds a lot of hers internal, where Don lets his out. After watching Sounds of Freedom, really scares me about Summer, and hoping I'm wrong. Well, I do hope that forensic and anthology, I hope she can reach out to Don and Candace and get them help that they need, so they can at least talk to their children, because I couldn't imagine not being able to talk to my children. Daisy Jody had a killer dog. Guys, tell her the rest, please. A killer dog? Huh? I'm sorry, I'm cruel. I had a dog. Wait, I had a dog. Our yard has a fence, no gate. My dude girl would get out of my yard, so I put her on a tow chain so she would not help lose better than my dog sitting getting run over. There's nothing wrong with putting your dog on a chain. I don't think there's anything wrong with you putting your dog on a chain. Our Randy's on a chain. We can't let him. We can't let our Randy or our Chunks run the yard, because they will go out in the road and get killed. They love us, but there's nothing wrong with them as long as you give them plenty of room to run around, and water and food and a comfy bed to sleep in. There would have been a scent evidence of Summer if she made it down to JSB's, and most definitely blood evidence. Well, we all know that there was nothing like, I don't think cadaver dogs picked up at all anywhere in that area. Now, I don't know about Fred Hills, but as far as up on that hill, cadaver dogs didn't pick anything up. Allegedly, as far as I know, they did. Donna, I was meaning abused on a chain, starved. Yeah, now my Randy and Chunks are on a chain. We have to keep them on a chain because if we don't, they'll get killed. They'll run out on the road and get killed. But Randy's got a chain where he runs all the way around, and so does Chunky. If I'm correct in in the state where I live, Alabama, it's illegal to put your dog out on a chain. Really? Why? That's weird. Why? They're just fine on a chain. Ugh. They're fine on a chain. It's better than having them in a kennel. If they've got a long chain and they can run around and stuff, I don't see anything wrong with it. I think some people put their dog on a chain and it's neglected and gets no love or attention. There's a difference. Oh, yeah. Yeah, if the dog's not being fed or anything like that, yeah. But Chucky and Randy get all kinds of attention. Equal Search give more info than TBI, and they stated they found nothing, and they have top of the line people, dogs, and equipment. They did. That's absolutely true. You're right. Absolutely. Don't leave any animals outside ever. They sleep next to me. Now, my daughter has a dog inside, and he stayed inside with us while she had an apartment. But now my two other dogs are outside. They are outside. That's something they do. They do stay outside, but they're fine. They're perfectly fine. They get all the attention in the world. Why am I so sleepy, you guys? I am sleepy. So sleepy. Let's see. Forensic says, I would put my dog on chain just to let them go to the bathroom because they would rip my arms out of their sockets. They were so big and heavy, but that's about it. Now, my daughter has to do that with her Golden because he is so strong. She'll put him out on a chain so he can go to the potty. But Randy and Chunkies, they are out on the chains, but we got big chains for them. Daisy, you need a basset hound. They are cute. Lord, I got too many critters, y'all. Way too many. Did y'all see how many chickens I got? Did y'all not see that video with all them chickens? I got all kinds of critters, y'all. I got too many. Daisy, you need a basset hound. Too many of them to count. They did not search the cabin because the dogs was in the cabin. I don't know, y'all. I just hope that one day that something will come out and at least giving Don and Candace some kind of closure. In Summer's case, I really do. I feel like Don and Candace, I feel like they need closure, guys. I do. I think we all need closure in Summer's case. I absolutely do. I think we all need closure. And I think they're talking about the cabin up on the hill. Miss Daisy, when your cat grows up, you won't have as many chickens. I know. I don't know. He's growing up with the chickens, so I think he's becoming friends with them. Just like Kitty Girl. Kitty Girl will not mess with the chickens, y'all. Now, if they get in her face, she'll smack their face. Well, as far as that, she won't mess with them. So, yeah. There has never been a case like the Summer Wells case. I know. And for people to get so mad and so upset for you to cover it, I don't get it. Why can't everybody talk about this case without people being so uptight about it? Don and Candace are cooperating. Stop the BS. Let's see. If they picked up a scent on Summer at the cabin, they would have demanded the dogs be removed. I think so too. We really don't know what the TBI picked up. We really don't. They can be on a chain, but you have to be outside with them. In what state? I know that not here in Tennessee, you can have a dog on the chain here. Bye, Stephanie. Ooh, a kilogram dog sleeps nearly on top of me. He is a snuggle bunny. Listen, my cat, she comes in here and meanders around, then she's back out the door. She does not want to be inside. She don't like it inside. She don't want nothing to do with inside. She's got a big porch and plenty of cushions outside to lay on. She likes to be a well, she's not a tomcat, but she likes to run around at night and hunt, and she wants nothing to do with staying inside. People should be nice to each other over Summer's case. I agree, Donna. I agree. I hate to be upsetting, but it was most likely a bear snatched her. Bears have more instinct, more innocent. I don't know, guys. It could very well have been an animal. We don't know. I wouldn't say that in front of Candace or Dawn. I wouldn't upset them like that. But yeah, the state hates to ever admit a bear. Let's see, a bear did anything because they were put there and they're protected. They don't want people to protest. Yeah, I've seen bears get put down because they were invading people's, like, they're infested in Harlan. They're everywhere. Bears are everywhere in Harlan. That is true. Trust no one. That is true. But guys, I think I'm going to get off here and go to bed for the night. I'm a little bit tired, and this is the second live I've done today. But I do appreciate y'all calling in. It was fun. I really appreciate it. I thank you all for subscribing, all the members, people that supported my channel with the super chats, people that subscribed, everybody that's tuned in. If you've not hit that like button, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. I know I need coffee. I'm about to go to sleep, y'all. And please pray for Don and Candace. Pray for Summer. Pray for these YouTube streets, y'all. These YouTube streets are wild, y'all. Wild. Pray for my chickens. No, I'm just kidding. But yeah, y'all. Just be safe out here on these streets. And God bless you guys. Have a good night. I will see you tomorrow. We may talk about something else. I'm still hot on the Delphi case, y'all. Listen, I am still hot on that Delphi. We may talk about that tomorrow. I love you guys. Stay tuned. God bless. Keep your eye out the window for a Sasquatch. If you hear anything or smell anything weird, it might be a Sasquatch. You never know. I love you guys. Have a good night. God bless. Stay prayed up. Bye.